Hey guys, Arm&Gun here. Going to do a quick field strip of the Warsport LVOA C. I've got another full-length video on this thing. If you guys want to learn more about it, it's about 11 minutes long, but I talk about the history of the gun, the way, all the stuff that's on it, all the stuff I've added to it, and just, again, some bit of history and general use of the gun. Also have a short video if you don't want to learn all that. You just want to get the quick and dirty on the gun. It's about 3 minutes long, and then a shooting video. So please check those all out. They're all separate. Just, you can watch what you want to watch a la carte. And this is the field strip. This also will apply to basically field stripping almost any AR-15. This is just a DI, a direct impingement AR-15, and they're all pretty much gonna disassemble in the same fashion. So, first off, drop your mag. Inspect you have a clear chamber. Then you're gonna drop your bolt on said clear chamber. Then you're gonna push out your rear pin. That's this guy right here. Push that one out. That's gonna pivot. You're gonna pivot your upper and lower apart, and you can pop out your internals. So just give your charging candle a bit of a tug. That's gonna unlock the action, and this will pop right out. So this is a nickel boron. This is a Lantac model. Their nickel boron bolt carrier groups are really nice. They're super slick, and all this grime and dirt on here, it's just, you can just wipe it off. That's the benefit of nickel boron. It is a naturally lubricated surface. Again, run oil, we may as well run some lubrication stuff in there, but it's way easier to clean. You basically just wipe the grime off, and it cycles inside the action that much slicker as well. But we'll put that aside for there. Pop out our charging handle. This is a Radiant Raptor charging handle. It's actually got Warsport logo engraved in there as well. Pretty cool. And you don't need to pop off your upper from your lower, but for the sake of this video, we'll do that. This has these nice battle arms development takedown pins with a little divot in there. It's nice to get the tip of a bullet, a tip of a round in there to help pop it out. Again, the upper and lower are super tight on this gun. There's like no play whatsoever, but that usually, is going to mean tighter pins or something like that. Let's lock them nicely together there. So the lower, we have battle arms, development short throw safety selector. I love the 40-degree safety selectors. It came standard with the CMC 3.5 pound single stage trigger. Great little trigger. I have this in a few of my guns. Ambi mag release. And that was the standard stuff. This grip standard. It had a different stock on it. It was also foliage green, also magpul. I added this Gen 1 UBR. I just really like these stocks, especially on my front heavier ARs. The stock is heavy as well. It just helps balance out the whole system. And I added a Phase 5 tactical winter trigger guard. I just liked the way that, purely aesthetic, I just liked the way that angular looked against the aesthetic of the trigger itself, and I thought it would match my bolt release. So I've got an Ambi bolt catch and release too. I really like these systems where you can actuate it with your trigger finger while it's off the trigger, obviously, as opposed to a big paddle that's way up here. But anyways, I'm getting a little bit into the weeds again. If you want to learn more, just check out my other videos on this gun. And I will set aside the lower. You don't need to do too much about it here. You can just wipe out the trigger a little bit, maybe oil it up if it's dry, and sometimes you get a bit of dust and debris or whatever inside your carbon buildup inside your mag well. But then we'll turn to the upper here. Just a gorgeous upper, super heavy though. And I've got an Hk Spectre DR on here. Just a great, fantastic optic. But I digress. You got your forward assist. Basically, just you're going to clean out this area inside here, inside the receiver, as a DI gun, direct gas impingement. This is going to get dirtier than something if you had like a piston gun, like this guy here. This is the Hk MR223. Mainly I would have this in here just as a contrast because this is a piston gun, and there are drawbacks to pistons, but there's also pros. And one of the pros is that it doesn't direct gas back into the action to cycle the action, so it stays cleaner back there. Versus these guns. So you're just going to clean them out, get your lugs in there. But really that's about it. Basically, just if you see dirt, wipe it away till you're satisfied. So I've heard these guns do run really well. They're very reliable. You can basically run them without lubrication and without oiling them, without cleaning them for quite a while. Though again, just because it can doesn't mean you should. I would still take care of your gun. If you oil it, surfaces are just going to last longer. So I'm definitely taking my time with this video just because I want to be kind of thorough. In case you are watching this as a generic AR-15 takedown video or field strip video. So next you're going to take your pin out. This is your firing pin, retaining pin. Pop that guy out, don't lose it. Modern bolt carriers are going to retained firing pin retaining pins, which is really nice, or captured rather. That's always really nice. That way you're not going to lose. They just sit there. Next out is your firing pin. Then you're going to take out your cam pin, which is this guy up here. If I can get her out. Oh, I see have to rotate it a little bit. Actually, you know what? This is the, well, this is the land. This isn't even the Warsport. The Warsport bolt carrier group. I took it out. I put this Landtech one in here. So I'm not really sure what's going on with this little guy. But it is in there. I see the flat surface where it wants me to rotate it to pull it out, but it is not helping me. There we go. I should get her. There we go. Okay, there's your cotter pin. Sorry for the, or your cam pin, sorry. Delay on that. And there's our bolt. And again, as this is a direct gas impingement gun, it does have gas rings, so it is going to be like a little bit of a suction pulling it out of there. Piston guns, the bolt doesn't have those. It just slides in there freely. That's it, guys. I'm going to reassemble this thing really quickly. You can watch me do that. I'll maybe just keep blathering on here a little bit more. I guess if you want to pull your bolt apart further, this is the extractor, and that's the ejector, that little push pin thing there. And we're not gonna take those apart for the sake of today's video, though. Actually, you know what? This is already pretty long. Oh, what the heck? I'll just do it. I'll just keep filming. I'm also gonna see if this is only goes in one way. No, it only goes in one way, which is always nice for putting stuff back together. Can't put it back together wrong if it only goes in one way. Okay. Get back in there. To rotate it slightly so that the firing pin will go through the hole in there. Should be there. This guy doesn't have a firing pin spring, so you're just going to push that all the way in. And then you're going to toss your cotter pin back in there, your firing pin retaining pin, and that's your bolt carrier reassembled. Make sure you pull your bolt out when you go to put it back in the receiver, otherwise these lugs aren't going to line up and they're going to bind. So let's do that. First of all, you're going to put your charging handle back in. There's a little groove inside there. Just slot this in till it lines up. And that'll stay. You can pop your bolt carrier group in. And there you have it. That's back together. Close the ejection port door, which isn't really necessary, but it helps. That way your lower and upper don't get in the way of each other when you go to put this back together. Front pivot pin's back in, your rear pivot pin's back in, and she's reassembled. That's a quick function check. So safety is good, fire is good, reset's nice, and that's it, guys. That's your Warsport LVOA generic DI AR-15 takedown video. Hopefully that wasn't too boring. Definitely, this is the last video of the series. I already did the other couple, so I'm kind of running out of gas here. Anyways, thanks, guys. Please like and subscribe. Please check me out on Instagram as well at arm.and.gun. And I got tons more coming, so please keep tuned.